Hi, this is Mike, and this is for Bush Class USA, and it is for the student practice for an improvised metal cooking implement. And one of the issues I've had with a lot of my cook gear, and if you've been out doing it long enough, you will have a lot. Everybody's probably fairly familiar with the standard zebra pot, which gets a lot of use, and it has its pan inside. I've got a Peak cook kit here with various sets of nested bowls and pans and such, and these quite conveniently even fit inside my billy can when I need to, so they store away real well. Of course, there's a glacier cup, and I've used all of these with my wood burning stove that is a modified IKEA utensil strainer. Cut a hole to put some wood in, use some skewers to adjust the height, and put your cup inside, and you can raise and lower the height of that cup to control the temperature depending on, just how hot the flame is. So, but the one thing that I didn't have in this whole mix was some kind of a stainless steel fry pan. And so I got to thinking, I found this one at a thrift store for 50 cents. I don't know if you can see the price there, but it seemed like a real heavy grade of stainless steel, except for the lid on top, the handle rather. So I'm going to modify this. It has a nice flat top. I'm going to modify this to make a fry pan to add to the collection. Stainless steel doesn't season at all, so you need to use a little bit of oil when cooking with it, but it's large enough for me to do a grilled cheese sandwich on it, and that's kind of my goal, is to get to where I can do much larger, flatter pieces, maybe even a pancake or two. So we're going to give that a try. We're going to use this 50-cent lid from the thrift store and go from there. So there's my introduction, and the first thing we're going to do is take the handle off here, which will reveal a stud that needs to be ground off, and we're going to use the Dremel tool to do that. Alright, so hopefully we'll get that done. Alright, next up. Okay, well, we got that part of the project done. I got the stud removed. You can see I had to dress it up a little bit with using the belt sander, but nice flat bottom now, so that's ready. Next, I'm going to use this stainless steel hinge, and I'm going to modify it, take it apart, to give me 2 pivot points or attachment points for some kind of a handle. So we're going to get that done. We've also got a couple of stainless steel nuts and bolts here and lock washers, and we'll use those to attach our handle points. So, alright, on to that step. I'll show you how it finishes out after that. Okay, just to show you, I've taken apart the hinge by removing the pin using my Dremel tool, and just grind off the head, and that gives me this piece that I'm going to then cut up for my 2 mounting points. I need those 2 rolled edges. So anyway, just a quick reference. Next up. Okay, now that we've completed that step, you can see where I removed the 2 ends of one half of the hinge, and I've cleaned up the edges and such with my file, and now they're ready to be mounted on the side of the pan. So the next step will be to drill a couple of holes in the side, and that'll allow me to mount my stainless steel bracket or handle points. So okay, I don't know how clear that is, but I'm trying to get it centered on the camera there. next step. Alright, in this last step, I drilled holes on the sides of the makeshift frying pan and mounted the 2 pieces of the hinge that I had cut to give me 2 points to where I can add some kind of a frying pan handle. And sticking with all stainless steel hardware so far, so I think it's looking pretty good. And now we're going to just clean up the ends of those mounting bolts, and we'll be ready to fashion some kind of a handle for it and see how that works. So there's that step. Alright, as you can see, we've removed the stud. That was the mount point for the pot lid. We've added 2 pieces of what were part of a stainless steel hinge, along with some stainless steel hardware. This allows us a couple of mount points for our handle. And then I've taken, for right now, in fact I think I'll eventually end up with some stainless steel, but for right now I'm using some brass welding rod, and I've fashioned kind of a spring in the end of it here, so that it tends to want to spread apart on its own. And all you do is take it out of the pan and mount it on the holes, and there we go. So we have ourselves a nice stainless steel pot or pan for cooking, and holds real good. So I think that's going to work out all right. Now I guess on to the test. See if we can't cook some food in it. Alright, so I like the fact that I can take the handle off and just put it down inside, and it stays well within the dimensions of the frying pan itself. So, alright, on to the next step, testing. Oh yeah, I forgot there was another reason that I did it that way, and that was so that you could also mount it on the opposite side, and it would all stick together. So hopefully that is another idea for storage. Okay, now on to testing. Alright, we've got a test of the new frying pan. You can see a little IKEA stove here with our fire going, and got our grilled cheese on to cook, and hopefully we'll get some lunch out of this here pretty soon. Anyway, there it is, the process, and we'll see how it finishes up. Alright, on to the next step. I think I'd call it pretty good success. Again, cooking with stainless is not the easiest over a fire, but I think I got a pretty good golden brown in my grilled cheese here, and I'm quite satisfied with the design. In fact, there is very little heat transfer to the handle here, so but it is a bit cold out. I'm wearing my gloves, but I think we're going to call that good. I think it's time to eat some lunch. Anyway, I'd like to thank Terry and the other instructors at Bush Class USA for this challenge and a lesson on how to improvise a cooking utensil out of metal. With that, I think we're going to let this burn down and get to some grub. So thank you guys for your attention, and we'll catch you next time.